Girl loses her father when she was 16, but he somehow manages to stay with her till her 21st birthday. But before we start, please make sure to subscribe to m&rtv and hit the bell so you never miss any upload from us. Also, leave a like right now. In the year 2013, a fatal disease got the best of Michael Sellers that took him away from his life and his loved ones. Unable to avert the fate, he went a step ahead, making sure his daughter Bailey Sellers is not deprived of his love even after his death, and what he did was nothing short of awe-inspiring. In addition to Bailey, Michael had 2 kids from his first marriage, a daughter and a son. Michael also gained a stepdaughter when he tied the knot with his second wife, Christy, in 1994. Michael Sellers was a simple man and a caring father who loved his family. Everything was going good in the Sellers family, but life had a different plan. This was Michael's second marriage, and Bailey was the only kid that he and his wife shared. Bailey Sellers also happened to be the youngest in the family. Michael knew that his death would leave Bailey gutted, as Michael was the most precious person in her life, a father and a best friend. Michael and Bailey had a lot in common, but the one thing they bonded over was sports. Michael was a sports enthusiast, and he had coached Bailey's basketball team for 11 long years. Bailey was only 4 years old when her dad started training her, and the old man hanged his boots when Bailey turned 15. Michael and Bailey had developed a deep bond over sports. They were often found practicing at the gymnasium or at their home in Maryville. The hard work paid off as Bailey's basketball team won the 2012 National Championship. Michael Sellers couldn't contain his emotions after Bailey's teammate netted the winning shot. He jumped out of excitement and ran to the court only to lift Bailey up. Bailey always came out strong from her life challenges. Diagnosed with a genetic disorder when she was 12, her body had to endure enormous pain. Suffering from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, her joints would often dislocate as much as at least once in a day. The worst of the times involved a kidney failure. She was rehabilitated to a hospital in Cincinnati. Due to her medical condition, Bailey would often fall sick and had to be admitted to the hospital. Bailey had spent most of her life in hospitals. When Bailey was being shifted to Cincinnati, her mother Christy managed to accompany her during the 200-mile drive to the hospital as Michael didn't get a day off of work. Later, he visited Bailey post-surgery. Holding a flower bouquet, he said, "I wasn't going to miss this." It was obtrusive that something was wrong with Michael Sellers. He spent the entire day sleeping on the Christmas Eve of 2012, something he didn't have in plans for his favorite holiday. The pain in his stomach was so severe that he decided to sleep it away. It was only after 2 weeks that he would find out the reason behind this strange phenomenon. In early 2013, Michael Sellers was diagnosed with a disease responsible for every 4th related cancer death in the USA, pancreatic cancer. The reason behind the strange Christmas incident was a 4th-stage pancreatic cancer. He was told by the doctors that he only had 2 weeks left to live and could extend it to a month by undergoing chemotherapy. In the year 2013, life took an unexpected turn, and her whole world came crashing around her. Bailey Sellers, at the tender age of 16, lost her beloved father to a dreadful disease. It was a loss that no amount of time could heal. A best friend, an adorable father, and a mentor, Bailey had lost all 3 of them in a single person, in a single moment. Michael's days were limited. He was told by doctors that he would live for almost 30 days given if he opts for chemotherapy. Michael chose not to undergo treatment and went on to live for another 6 months. At last, Michael Sellers fell into a coma, only 2 weeks before losing his life to cancer on August 25, 2013, just 3 months short of Bailey's 17th birthday. Bailey was a high school student when Michael was diagnosed with cancer. All of her siblings had moved out and no longer lived with them. Bailey decided to homeschool herself, to take better care of her dad, and to be there by his side in his final days. Michael spent most of his time with his daughter in his final days. Bailey homeschooled herself. That allowed her mother Christy to work and manage the expenses of the family. A day in Bailey's life included cooking meals for her dad driving him from home to the stores, getting medicines, staying up as late as 11 p.m., making sure to help her dad in meeting up his day-to-day requirements. The emotions Bailey experienced helped her to grow, mature, and transform into a better individual. She homeschooled herself and witnessed her father suffer at the hands of cancer every day. She defines this experience of hers as bittersweet. Although she was sad that her dad was no more, she was also content that Michael was not suffering anymore and that he is now in a better place. Bailey was left devastated as life took away the most precious gift from her, the love of a father. On her 17th birthday, she returned back home after lunch with friends to find a bouquet of red and purple flowers resting on the front entrance. Bailey was taken by surprise. She was also curious to know who the sender was. The red and purple flower bouquet was accompanied by a note that read, "You'll get them till your 21st birthday." Initially, she didn't realize, but as she paid close attention, Bailey had now known it was written by Michael, as the handwriting on the note resembled the handwriting of her dad. Every year, Bailey looked forward to her birthday as this day bridged the gap between the living and the dead. Bailey and her father, anxiously waiting for the notes written by her dad, reading those words as they echoed in her ears in Michael's voice, was the perfect birthday gift. She had started to hate her birthdays when her dad passed away, but now she would be looking forward to them each year. Bailey Sellers was dichotomic about her feelings on her 21st birthday. Nothing could make her any happier than receiving a bouquet consisting of various shades of purple flowers prearranged by her late father. However, as saddening as it was supposed to be the last time she was getting them, this time the flowers arrived on November 24th, 2 days prior to her birthday. Bailey poured her emotions out by crying as she read the note. It was a long handwritten note, unlike the short notes Bailey had received earlier. The last words of Bailey's father stirred up her emotions. She could feel 1,000 things at a time. As happy as Bailey was to read the final note that her dad left her, her 21st birthday was also the harsh reality that she won't be getting any cards or flowers from her deceased dad from the next year. She had received some beautiful and heartwarming notes from her dad over her last 5 birthdays. She decided to get a tattoo on her right wrist of her father's last note, resembling his handwriting. It was quite evident that Michael shared a special bond with Bailey, but he also loved and cared for other members of his family. Just 4 weeks before Michael left his body, he asked all his daughters to buy handkerchiefs and get them embroidered. He would pray on them and eventually gave them the handkerchiefs, asking to tie them to their wedding bouquet. Michael knew that he didn't have much time left to live. He knew that his absence would leave a void in Bailey's life. Bailey Sellers was the youngest kid and also the closest to Michael. He came up with a plan to mark his presence on one of Bailey's special moments. What's more happening than a birthday, right? Bailey's 15th birthday was the last that Michael had spent with his daughter. Michael Sellers made prepayments to arrange for birthday cards and flowers to be delivered to Bailey for the next 5 years, i.e. her 21st birthday. He made the payments to a local flower shop situated near his residence. Just a month before Michael died, he had discussed his plan with Christy. She also mentioned that he would want Bailey to receive flowers from other important people in her life after she gets her final bouquet. However, Bailey decided to start a tradition of her own after her 21st birthday. Michael wanted to be there for his daughter, but life didn't allow him to. He had pre-arranged for notes and cards that always included a special message for Bailey. He wanted to let his daughter know that she was adored, but he decided to stop at her 21st, and he didn't want to constantly remind her of the loss and suffering. Bailey Sellers received a bouquet of flowers and a note on her 21st birthday, like she did on previous occasions, although the shades were different every year. 18th birthday pink flowers, 19th birthday red flowers, 20th birthday white, and a whole lot of purple on her 21st, the color purple being the symbol for raising awareness against pancreatic cancer. Bailey was left astonished and overwhelmed at the same time by this sweet gesture of her late father. She took to social media and shared a picture online on her Twitter account of the flowers and the card she had received, and what happened next was something Bailey hadn't even imagined in her wildest dreams. Like always, Bailey took to Twitter and posted a picture of the note and birthday card she had received on her 21st birthday. But this time the reaction she got was different. She hadn't expected anything more than 10 likes, but her post went viral on the internet and was retweeted around 350,000 times. Bailey's story went all over the internet overnight, with thousands of retweets. She woke up the next morning to find her phone flooding with all those unread texts and comments people had left on her post. A lot of people could relate to how she felt and were touched by her story. They had left texts asking her to be strong, while others shared stories of their struggles. Michael's last note ended with a thought that he's seeing Bailey from heaven and is always standing by her. The lessons that Bailey learned from this experience of hers will certainly remain with her through the course of her life, and someday, somewhere else far away from here, they'll meet again. Bailey's 21st birthday is long gone. She doesn't get flowers anymore from her late dad, but Michael's love inspired Bailey to start a tradition of her own. She now buys herself a bouquet every year on her birthday that consists of a single white flower in the memory of her late father. Like father, like daughter. Nothing can make up for the father's loss. However, Bailey decided to pursue psychology. She knows what it's like to suffer a great loss in life and wishes to help others in their loss. This great cause will certainly help Bailey to balance aspects of her life, and it's something worth looking forward to after all the things she's been through. She's now a fresher at East Tennessee University. Thousands of people appreciated and praised Bailey's dad for what he had done, stating that they would love to have a man like Michael in their life. He set the bar too high for other fathers. Bailey Sellers is proud of her late father for inspiring thousands of people by setting a great example. Bailey received texts from all over the globe. Her feed featured messages in different languages that she didn't even know. On top of that, her favorite actor, Charles Eston, retweeted her post wishing her birthday and bestowed his blessings upon Bailey and praying for her late father. She also got mentioned in a tweet by her favorite singer, Cole Swindell. Bailey's story did touch thousands of hearts, but all that glitters is not gold. Some malicious individuals over social media made fake accounts on fundraising sites pretending to be Bailey. When the issue came into Bailey's notice, she stated that she would never do anything as such, and it's spam, advising people to take care of it and not to donate any money. The only thing to expect from life is that it is unexpected. Death is an inevitable part of life that every individual is bound to meet someday. There are times in life when we lose people who are dearest to us, but their love remains intact. Nothing can take away those special moments. Love resides forever in our sweet memories.